Breaking down Arizona Wildcats football, Arizona falls at Colorado 34-0, the 18th consecutive defeat for the Wildcats football program. I'm David Kelly, joined as always by Glenn Howell, U of A football class of 1985. And Glenn, not exactly what we were expecting out of this one. Another game in which the Wildcats were in it through 2.5 quarters, but it got away, and it got away quick in that third quarter, and now you've lost a second quarterback in as many weeks as it appears that Gunnar Cruz is done for the season with an injured thumb. So it's going to be Will Plummer's ball game for the rest of this season. You got 6 more games to go. My big takeaway, though, from this game, and I talked about it Saturday night, was the fact that you've got to be able to get 1 yard. On any level of football, you've got to be able to get 1 yard. And I can go all the way back to when I covered the Browns in the early century. And it seemed like every week under the Butch Davis regime, I was talking about how this team can't even get 1 yard, and that's why they weren't very good. And I just didn't understand some of the things we saw down on that goal line situation, like out of the shotgun. Why are we in the shotgun? If we're a pro-style team under center, why are we in the shotgun trying to get 1 yard? It didn't make any sense to me.
It really didn't make any sense to me either. You know, they have to understand that, you know, we got to challenge these guys, especially the guys up in front, and say, listen, man, we got to get this 1 yard. We're going to put it on you. And if you do that and we don't make it, then, you know, that's puts the ownership on the players. I think it really does. But when you go to the shotgun and you roll out, you do a play action in the shotgun, and it doesn't, you know, the linebackers are not going to, you know, go anywhere on the play action to really do that on the shotgun. So I think that you got to be able to put it on the players and make sure that they give them opportunity to make that 1 yard.
Yeah, do what worked so well. Bring in my man Clay Markoff. We finally got a chance to see him. He's the biggest dude on the team. Put him in front of Jalen John and let them go get 1 yard. I think those two probably could have done that by themselves. But, Glenn, it was great to finally see Jalen on the field. I mean, 3 weeks ago, I believe, you know, I yelled about I'd like to see him get more runs, that I thought he was the best inside runner on this team. And finally, he got an opportunity, an 11-carry opportunity. Probably could have been a more carry opportunity, but he showed with the 11 carries that he got.
Yeah, he did a great job on doing carrying the ball. And the thing is that we put him on the milk carton. We didn't see him anymore. Where was he? I don't understand. I think he should have got at least 20 carries. 20 carries, and he was doing that good. Let's feed those guys. Let's feed the monster that's doing really well. And we kind of shy away from that. And then going the lateral, the left and the right. You know, we need to go north and south. It was just frustrating how we were doing that. And I don't know if they were, like they said, thought they were going to get on the edge. Well, if the edge is not working and the middle's working, let's stay with the middle. And again, we did not hit the inside on the middle of the field with our tight ends or any of the routes. We didn't see it.
And when you talk about those edge plays, Glenn, and one of the things I noticed that was kind of confounding to me early in the ball game was there were several instances, I'm going to show a few plays here, where the offensive linemen just went straight to the second level. I mean, they didn't even block on the first level and just let first level linemen and linebackers come in and make plays. I mean, I just don't understand what that is. Like, why would you immediately go looking for blocks at the second level and not block at the first level and allow those types of defensive plays to happen? They had 5 negative first down plays in the opening half, and we always talk about winning first down, Glenn. They were not only not winning first down, they were losing first down big.
Yeah, we were chasing the chains all day. It wasn't a very good situation that we put Gunnar. And the thing is that we had to get him in a good situation to have him relax and run the ball. And then if we needed 2 or 3 yards or something on second down, we had an opportunity to pass the ball. But we just didn't put him in a great situation.
All right, so now Gunnar Cruz is out. Will Plummer will be the starting quarterback for the remainder of the season, which asks the question now, who backs up Will Plummer. There's a lot of questions now that do you try to create, or maybe do you even look at Jamari Joyner as your backup quarterback? And my whole thing with Jamari has always been is I think he's too good of an athlete not to be on the field in some type of role. And if you think that now that he gives you the best option as your backup quarterback, then I think that that's the way that you have to go.
And that's a great word to use, option. Dave, I think if you put Jamari in there, we're triple option. Let's put Stanley back there, Jalen back there, and we're going to have to be creative. This is where we're going to see the real coaching. Who's going to be the quarterback coach? Jed has been known to be one of those guys that's the kind of the guru of the quarterbacks. Let's see, we're going to have to see it now because we're going to have to get Will really good. And we're going to get Jamari if he's going to be in there, and even Ashworth if he's going to play. They have to be ready. It's not if they have to be ready. They have to be. It's yes, they have to be ready. So let's get it going, guys. We got to be able to get these kids ready to play and get them in successful situations.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Jed Fish goes with Luke Ashworth or if he goes with potentially Jamari Joyner as the backup to Will Plummer. Glenn, have we officially reached the first crisis point of this administration? There were a lot of unhappy people after this ball game. I mean, I have to admit, I thought this team would have at least 2 wins, maybe even 3 wins at this point, and they have 0 wins at this point. So have we reached a crisis situation, or did we all believe that this was a little bit better situation than what it really was?
Well, Dave, we all talk about we've been talking about it for months about the process. When you do the process, you got to have things in your plan to make it move forward. We're moving sideways, backwards. We're doing every game. We haven't just moved forward. We got to get this ship straightened out and moving forward. We haven't done that. We got to get the players in better situations. We got to not make mistakes. We're making a lot of penalties. We're doing a lot of things that a well-coached and not a good coach team does. That we're making the penalties. We're killing ourselves. We got to take the knife out of our hands. We got to be understanding of how we can't make mistakes because we can't afford it.
Well, this was the first ball game, Glenn, and we'll go back to what we talked about last week, how we thought the cornerbacks were playing pretty well defensively for this team, not getting beat on a lot of balls. And speak of the devil, we did see them get beat on some balls in this ball game. Although the first play that with Christian Roland Wallace, I mean, that was just, to me, a great 50-50 play. I wouldn't call that a busted coverage or anything else. That, Brendan Rice just went up and made a great play on that ball from Lewis. And then, the other 2 plays, though, hard to say exactly what happened on that scramble play there. It looked like that could have been a cornerback thing with Rutherford. It could have been a safety thing with Jackson Turner not getting to that guy that was open deep. And then obviously you had the play with Rutherford who got beat on the one-on-one coverage there. So yeah, it's going to happen, but it hadn't happened a lot so far this season.
Life as a DB, they say that you have to have a short memory. Those guys are getting beat all the time. And you know what? It's when they make the big plays when they can turn it around. And it's just unfortunate that game. I still think those guys are doing a good job of playing the corner position. And, you're just going to have a bad day.
And I want to throw out Gunnar Maldonado because I talked about him last week and how I thought he was struggling in the run game, and I thought he played much better in the run game in that ball game. He had a couple of run stuffs in the first half here, which if he doesn't get to these runs could go for long plays, the chunk plays that we saw in the loss to UCLA. He did unfortunately get beat on a touchdown pass at the end of the ball game, but I thought Gunnar Maldonado was much better with his run defense than what we had seen. This might have been the best game for him in his run defense, and I want to see more of that moving forward for him. Well, Kyle Ostendorf had another punt blocked for a touchdown. It's weird. The Wildcats on offense have 2 punts blocked returned for touchdowns. On defense, they have 2 safeties this season. But I thought that was really more of a really great defensive play than maybe anything else. Could Anthony have Pandy made a better block and kept that guy out of there? Sure. But I thought that the defender there made a very good play. But the thing that came after that to me was even maybe more of a stickler was I thought Ostendorp let that get to him, and his next 3 punts, which were what I thought were downable situations, were red zone downable situations, he kicked through the end zone. So that's to me a place where, hey, you gotta let that go. You had an opportunity to maybe set your defense up on kicks after that, and he couldn't do it. So I definitely want to see him improve in that area moving forward. Glenn, there were a couple of new faces that we saw. Anthony Simpson at running back. We hadn't really seen much of him. He got some run in this ball game. We talked about the running backs on Friday. Now, apparently, there's another guy that's in front of Bam Smith who we still have not seen yet this season.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with the running back situation. I think they're giving a bunch of guys a shot. I don't know what's up with Bam, if he's in a deep dog house or what. But he's just not getting any run. So, well, hopefully with it, they're gonna figure some stuff out because Washington's coming in here, and they just come off with a loss, and they're gonna come in here looking for some blood, So we got to be ready to go again, and it's a short week, and we got to be ready to play on Friday, and there's no excuses anymore, man. We're full into this season. No matter what, next guy up, and we got to start just play hard.
And Lavelle Tatum, defensive lineman, was another newer face that we saw. He was the one that had the pressure off the edge on that ball where Brendan Lewis scrambled and hit the 43-yard pass down the field. And then also in the ball game, he had a tackle for loss. So guy that had a chance to get some more plays with the absence of J.B. Brown, and he showed up on tape. And that's what you want to continue to see from this Arizona Wildcats ball club. All right, Glenn, any other further things before we get out of here and move on to a short week?
Well, I tell you what, the guys just got to keep their heads up, and you got to bear down and play hard. Just play hard and play your guts out, man. That's what we have to do. And I think that I know our players are feeling that way, and I know our coaches are encouraging our guys to do that. And they just got to play their guts out, man. It's now survival mode. You're up against the wall. What are you going to do? You're going to fight, or are you just going to let them take you over? You got to be able to fight it.
One other note I did have, Glenn, that I wanted to give Jed Fish some kudos. I thought that 4th down play to Stanley Berryhill, I thought that was a brilliantly designed play. Probably the best 4th down call that he's had all season. That was a nice looking play with Stanley in motion and then kind of doubling back to clear space and get open for a long game.
Yeah, we need about 40 of those. 40 of those good plays a game, at least 40. We had 60 plays. We got to get at least 40 of them.
Exactly. All right. It is the Washington Huskies coming to town for Friday night football at Arizona Stadium. That means that we'll be back to preview that game for you on Friday morning.